It feels like I haven't talked here in forever, even though it was like not even 1 week ago. So today, people have requested me to talk about my trade on Euro USD. Let's look at it on M1. That was how I took it. Okay, so that was a little 128 ish. And together we're gonna be doing a little bar replay. Let me just at least put this so we can see. I'm going to do a little bar replay and explain exactly my thought process. A lot of people were confused why these highs were holding, and we'll go over all this. Again, I will give you my thought process. I will give you what I looked for, how I saw it, and especially since I wasn't supposed to trade this week, I took this I went on the chart because you guys were talking in Discord. I saw this opportunity. I just took the trade. That's it. It lasted what? Oops, sorry. 20 minutes. So it's a pretty good trade. So let's go together and start the day at Asia. Okay. Again, remember this is the invalidation shield. Let me pause the video for a second so I can upload the indicator. Here we go. So as you can see, we ignore this here. So probably more likely, so this would be the most relevant point as an Asia low. But you guys need to understand that those Asia low, when they are pretty high, and especially when we have kind of decent, I mean decent, but like kind of obvious liquidity being built here, we can still keep this as a relevant point, okay? Because remember, even though people don't enter here, when price does new highs, there's maybe people entering here, so price is pushing, right? So this is really important, okay? So what I want to see together is what happened coming out of Asia session, okay? The first thing to identify, let me just zoom in because I like having big candle so I can see. Coming out of Asia, the most important thing is to understand the intentions. We're not looking to the left. We're not looking to the right, obviously, because there's sweet fuck all. So just look together and see the obvious. We're building liquidity to the downside. Is it relevant? Nah, not really. But candles are forming to the downside. We can see it. We don't need to mark up all the breakouts. We know it. When I ask you guys to mark this up, it's when it's obvious, right? But at this point, we already know what happens. Now we wait until Asia completes, right? Asia is done. Couple of candles, and these are candles forming slowly. And this is really important. A lot of people don't understand it. I watch every single candle one by one, and we'll have a video specifically about candle closure and how to spot them and analyze them. But look exactly what the price gives you. Look how it's actually slowing down, and look the difference on this candle here, right? There's no doubts, literally no doubts that we had kind of a manipulation, price being pumped, whatever, right? It happened. It's clear. We know it, right? People don't understand, but this isn't retail made. It's institutional made. We all know it. What are they trying to do, right? Maybe induce buy side a little bit. Maybe create kind of with this kind of structure, a false break of structure, but we still don't know it, right? But we do, what we see pretty obviously is that this supply zone or demand or support, you guys understand, has been pretty clear retested, right? So they're still, again, what are they doing? Building liquidity to the downside. Right? Reaction. Look at this candle. Look at this one. Rejection candle, right? Look at it, right? Pushing. At this point, and at this point, we have now potentially our identification of an SMT. And this is where a lot of people I see doing it wrong. Your goal is to justify based on clear evidence that we have an SMT, right? Don't mark a POI and label it as SMT because it's actually failing or it's not working, right? Try to justify the reasons why people would want to buy from here, right? We can see clearly the price push it here, right? So now we have a reaction. So what we have is potentially an SMT, right? Not 100% sure, but potentially. Let me just make it this bigger. So, because when I'm at the office, my screen is so big, so I need to put more letters. All right, cool. Now we have a reaction. What will happen? We wait. So what do we do here? We put an alert, right? And we put an alert. We'll have a video specifically about alerts, but I'm just telling you what I do, right? If I would be trading in London. We wait, boom, right? Again, respecting the same flow to the downside. No doubts about it, okay? Let's go. And again, I don't trade these times, so I don't have to mark it up, but we're still gonna do it. Okay, now we push, here we go. Okay, now, first of all, we have our confirmation of people trying to buy. Okay, now we have our SMT reaction, and then we see this candle. Look how it closes. Let's go on M1. Look exactly how it closes, and now you're starting to actually understand a little bit more what we're looking for. This has taken liquidity, right? We had relevant liquidity being built here. We know it. But we also have maybe kind of some liquidity here, but it doesn't make it, other than this, we can mark it, but other than this, I don't see nothing else, right? But we can mark it, no problem. So now, as you can see, we have that wick. We have a justification of potentially a reversal point, but we're not looking for a reversal. We're just justifying, right? We see the candles, we know exactly. And now now things start to look obvious, right? Because you have your maybe your inducement. Now you have kind of your point that led to the new low here. That would be what we call a relevant breaker structure. Why is it relevant? Because it made a new low. And now what we do, we fill this imbalance and we mitigate that decisional POI. Why? Because this point led to the new high, right? But there's also this point here that hasn't touched this mitigation point, but let's look at it and it's like, it's only 2 pips, but it's just justification again, right? But now there's also something else that we need to talk about. We have this liquidity here, right? This point led to this new low. No clear structural break to the downside with clear vector candles or clear engulfing, call it whatever you want. So I won't put this as relevant liquidity to be on, okay? But now, okay, now it's getting interesting. Why are we reacting if we just discussed that potentially there's no liquidity here, right? Okay, let's wait. We wait. And this is where a lot of people also get it wrong. You are not there to force a trade, look for a trade. You wait the trade for the trade to come to you. At this point, what do we have? We have nothing, right? We have this liquidity, price is pushing, we miss this entry. What do you need to do? You wait until new liquidity is built, and now we're expecting liquidity to be built to the upside because they're pushing, right? But maybe it will go low. We don't do nothing until liquidity is built. So we wait. Okay, let's go. Okay. Oh, now it's cool. Now it's good. Now we have maybe break-in retest traders also entering here. So now that structural point becomes nice, right? Sorry. Here we go. Here we go. And now we also have this point that I didn't mark because I'm so I'm also talking about all this. Then we have here entries. We're not going to put it. You guys are professionals now. But now we can mark up the liquidity. Okay. When I do these bar replays, I'm super bad with it. I miss a lot of stuff. That's why I hate bar. You miss a lot of real information because we go too fast, right? This is stuff that I don't do on live. Now we have Asia high, right? Reaction, right? Now, this is where again, we look for it, right? What happened here? This is a candle. Now they're inducing more buyers, right? Now we have breakout traders breaking retests. Maybe we can call this like a breakout structure, and maybe this whole zone here is being used as a POI for the smart money concept traders. It's possible. That's not super relevant anyways. It's just we know that they're building, right? Now look at those candles. Look at them, okay? Look exactly how each candle prints and tell me exactly if you feel that you want to short from here. Look at this. Now they're again, look at those candles, how it's rejecting one by one. Look, these are strong areas of doji rejection candles, or call this reverse hammer, reverse banana, call it whatever you want. Look at them one by one. Look, it keeps closing. And this is so obvious. I could bet my whole life that they're actually trying to fake a move. So we wait. Now we do two things. We put an alert here, or even one here. Okay? We wait. Pushing. Now it's closing, again respecting this order flow. Is there a possibility to buy from here? Yes, but to target what? It's pretty high. And I just think that they're just maybe they're gonna print another candle high. So they closed low. So this is no, and I'll be right every single time. Sorry. So now this is the first structural shift, right? We have taken this liquidity and we're building liquidity again. Okay. They have a structural shift here with speed and momentum. There's no clear POI. There's no clear zone here to buy or to sell from. We have also maybe more break-in retests. I'm gonna be that's a little bit pulled by the hair. So now we need to see and wait until how the next candle closes, and we'll see. Okay. So now look at this. They pushed this significantly fast, and look how this candle in one formation, in one 5M candle, it pushed from here to here in 5 minutes. Now this is exactly when I know to not short, when I see those candles. So this for me, and this is why it's important that you guys look at each candle's the sentiment behind them, because in some cases, if price induces Asia high like this, and I take liquidity here there's an imbalance, but there's nothing really clean to fill other than this potential zone here, right? Filling this higher time frame zone like we discussed in the M5 video. I could short from here, but based on this candle, I'm not shorting, right? Let's go on M1 and look how it looks, right? See, this is an indication that there's potential liquidity taken. Look at this candle, how you wicked out, came back, and this is my kind of buys, right? I would literally go in 30 seconds and buy from here because of this slowness built after this wick. They're just preparing to enter orders, or call it whatever the theory behind it. But the real thing that actually spoils it is this M5 candle, right? So this would be trading into the inducement. This is how I do it. Again, I suggest you guys to do your own due diligence on the charts and actually test this for yourself. Sorry, I talk too much. I'm thirsty. Let's go. Let's continue. Confirmation of liquidity taken. So now we have this SMT. we have now this here, and let's mark it together, those little X's, because this is done. Oh, this is done, and I'm just marking up lightly. I'm not putting too much junk. Okay, so let's at least mark this F boss. Okay, I prefer. Here we go. Okay, perfect. Now we have this wick here. Okay, perfect. Let's play. Let's see if we have an opportunity. Okay. So what they're doing now, retesting the zone again. Break and retest again. Is there a clear structural point here? Not really. Okay, let's continue. Again. And what time is this? This is past London Open in New York. Is around this zone. And there's news here. Okay, cool. So now, again, we wait. Now we have a clear push to the upside. Now we're potentially again, I don't like this wick, but just for the sake of it, we can maybe mark up liquidity. But the fact is, I don't like this entry. I don't like it. And this is actually something I suggest you guys to do is I don't like this push here because it doesn't break above, right? And it's just, for me, I just, that's how I am. But there's structural point. It's relevant because it made a new high, but it's just that for me, it's a little bit not clear enough, okay, for my taste. I like it really when there's breaks like this, okay? Perfect. Let's continue. Okay. Okay. Now price is slowly reversing. Okay, now it's pushing a little bit too fast to the downside. So this is now where it's time for me to switch on the M. Okay, what do we have? We have our first internal breaker structure. Now we have maybe this relevant breaker structure taken here on the M1. Let's continue, see what happens. Now we can see actually here that price is reacting out of this zone here. Again, candle closure, look at it. We're not taking any trades, right? Candle closure, look, okay. Perfect. And now you can obviously see that price is starting to slowly and not quickly reverse, right? So now remember the last inducement was this one, right? Now, since price is reversing, let's look to the left what's happening. We do have this higher time frame zone. Let's look at it. How this is the wick I don't like. I don't like this wick. Let's go check in 30 minutes. Again, justification only. Nothing so serious. Maybe something like that. We'll just see if it reacts from this zone. And we'll go from there. Okay. Again, potential SMT made a new low. Relevant liquidity here. Structural point here. Okay. Here. This, right? So there's maybe liquidity here. Okay. So now let's see what happens. Okay, now it's getting nice. Now look, and we'll have a video about equal lows and equal highs. A lot of people think that this is actually the holy grail of liquidity. There's equal lows or pushing. Actually, not really. It's just what you need to look at is the actual wicks. The way they wicks out, they want to continue. The scalpers want to enter, right? The traders, the EAs, those doji candles provides intentions to the upside, right? And this is how I see it. Not the equal lows or equal highs. We'll discuss about it in a future video. Now, candle closing like this, perfect. Now it's going below. There's a lower release of liquidity. Let's see if it goes higher, and this would be the case where I put an alert here, right? You just wait. Now let's go. Okay, now price is pushing. pushing, pushing. Now we're filling this imbalance. Okay. Oh, okay. Now this is getting nice. Okay, this is getting nice. Okay, so now we have this push below. We fill this imbalance. We took this liquidity. Now we need to see if there's a reaction to it to confirm if there's relevant liquidity, right? Either a reversal point or like potentially new lows being created. This is also a little tricky one because you can mark up liquidity as being relevant as here because it made a new low here, even though it wicked out, but you understand the intentions. But you have liquidity above here also because this point here led to this low. Okay, well, let's go and see how it reacts. Reaction, good reaction. So maybe some liquidity here. Okay, and now we also have a structural shift here, right? Now a structural shift indicates potentially again smart money trap here. So let's mark this as potential smart money trap. Sorry if sometimes my voice sounds weird because sometimes I just close up to the screen and I think I'm out of sight of the microphone. So my mistake. So let's see. To confirm if that is a FBOSS, we need to wait for the actual reaction. Look how it induces quickly, right? How they really want to push the price, right? It all comes down, and we'll talk about all the candle sentiment. I don't want to waste because I have been on that call, that video for 21 minutes. So let's try to speed things up. Now, what happens here? Price just pushes lower. Let's look at the candles, right? Look at the candles one by one. They're slowing down, actually, potentially building something. Okay, now we had this. This is good. Okay, so now this is exactly what I like. Let's see exactly where it goes until when. See, this is a good kind of an SMT, even if it's not super relevant in terms of structure. Look how they induce quickly. Let's go in M1 and let's check, right? They didn't provided any good reaction, but look, it's the same thing than this one here. Look the FBOSS, and look, these are the type of entries I like. And look the difference of this FBOSS. Look, right? So this indicates that potentially this is the relevant breaker structure, right? But there's still liquidity here. So we'll wait, and we'll have a video about breaker structure and all that crap. But for now, let's focus. But look at look at the identification of those inducements. Look at them, right? Look at them. It's always the same thing, right? When there's a reversal, there's potentially orders to enter. You can see it. And this is also based on my experience because I see this and it's just so obvious. And we can even justify this POI here completely stupid, but you can justify. Okay. So now let's go back in M5 and okay, now we are in a potential SMT. Why? Because again, look how the price here above and close above here, right? Look at this. On the higher time frame. So this cannot be confirmed as an SMT until we see the reaction, right? So for now, we just put it as, again, an SMT, yes or no. But one thing is certain, we have liquidity. And what we did is we forgot we put the X here, okay? Like I said, I didn't like the liquidity here because it didn't push clearly. I know I'm gonna be yelled at of doing this, but this is just how I see it. I'm sorry. Now, let's see together again. Look, now, push. Okay, let's look here. Look, it's always the same thing, slowing down for now. So for now, this is potentially a good POI. Again, look at this. Boom, 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 boom. My type of easy, 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 clear as day. And what time is it? Oh, god damn it. How come I didn't see that? Yeah, because I was trying to catch those leakers, but this is my type of entry. This is my type of entry. And imagine you're here. Imagine you enter here, right? You cover the low like a good boy, or you cover this low like a mean boy and a greedy boy like I. A lot of people would. And this is where a lot of people are. Just put this structural, the most relevant one, right? It's really important that you guys understand that this is the most relevant point because we never know if this high will hold because we still don't have a confirmation if this is an SMD. And what are you, well, what would you say? What? 1.5R, stop being greedy, okay? Now, because everybody sees a PO, an SMT, and they think everything is taken. Okay, now we have this point here. Now I have this point. Now, if we weight stuff, we have liquidity here, 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 and here. But also have break and here entering, kind of, not gonna mark it, but it's pretty obvious. Came back, retested this supply, demand, color, whatever, push it lower. But we do have this point here pushing lower. So we have here liquidity here being taken. Okay. Let's continue. Oops. Ah. Now, let's check what will happen. I don't remember. Okay. Retesting this candle closure, pushing, perfect. Now, this is where we need to look at those candles. We are reacting out of this potential decisional zone here, right? Okay, it induced in 2 seconds, so it's completely relevant. Okay. Okay. Now let me just go check real quick on my MT4 if it induced higher. It didn't. It didn't induce higher. We have a lot of liquidity here. We have potentially here an SMT. Okay. And this is where you need to, this is where it gets. Okay. Again, this candle. Okay. Okay, this is good. Let's go on EM1. Let's check. Structural shift also. Slowing down. Look how they slow down again, right? All these important points. They always slow down when something happens. Now we have the relevant breakout structure pushing lower now, and they're leaving these equal highs intact. We can argue that these were taken. I don't think so. Maybe some BE traders here, maybe, but it's possible that these equal highs hold, but they will become really important. Let me just put this on my bald thing. Oops. They will become very important if this low is created, or this low here, right? Because remember, showed, or what I'm going to show you in video, equal highs become very relevant when there's a new low created. Okay, everybody knows that. So now this is where I took my trade. Let's look at it together. What helped me taking this decision? Okay, reaction of this point here. Okay. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, this is exactly it. So basically, we react from this potential SMT zone. Not even. Okay, so we don't mark that. We create our relevant breakout structure. We come back. We feel we're still in. Maybe this could be a potential POI. Perfect POI here. And also maybe an inducement POI that we'll also talk about. So this push is maybe in the inducement of these. Okay, that's pretty much probably it. So this would be the inducement that ends this buy side liquidity cycle to the upside, and maybe we'll let it there. I'm not really sure, but we'll go over it after. And I think that I saw that imbalance being filled, right? I saw this POI here. Let's go 30 seconds. And yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. That was it. So basically playing and trading into the inducement and actually targeting this liquidity here, because all we have is these liquidity here, maybe a potential SMT here, right? If we look at it on M15, so you guys can understand, here we have the structural shift. So they were expecting a new high here, and this is why I strongly think that this is an SMT with this. I'm just trying to remember what I thought of live, because this is always something for me to put on paper what I think. And I think actually this is what I saw real quick when I woke up, I saw that push here, saw that reaction here. I saw those equal highs being being faked, and I just decided to trade into the inducement. Usually that would be my better trade. Trade into also the inducement, but away from the liquidity, because we took all this buy side liquidity here, right? Now let's look at it, see how it pushes. Yeah, okay, now remember. Now let's see if it reacts. Look, it reacts to this liquidity. Let's see if it reverses. I don't think so, because they still have this liquidity here. We don't have clear indication other than this thing here that these buy guys were BE. So maybe these ones were BE, but we still have that higher time frame leg. So basically this thing here. Okay. So this buy here, right? So this liquidity is still relevant, even though maybe the internal play here are out. And now they take out all the liquidity. And now they take the one we discussed earlier, because remember, right? Where's my thingy? Here we go. Okay. Now let's look again. Is there still liquidity here? Nothing too far from my taste. Let's wait for a reaction. Okay, closing like this. See? Okay, maybe we'll go lower. Now, look. Okay, okay, okay. Let's see the release of that liquidity. See the release. See, your goal is to identify that release to potentially then think about the trade. And let's look and see what happened on the M1, right? So now they're reacting out of this POI, maybe an SMT. Why? Because we're trading away from this inducement. When you look at it as a scale, right? Let's look at this as a scale. We can say that previous day low, the previous day low weights more weight than small GD SMT, right? This one here, right? This is a scale, just so you guys know. It wasn't like a kind of a skateboard. Now let's go, right? See, this would be my type of entry. Here we go. You covered this thingy here. Again, people will say, yeah, but these are equal. No, it's not equal lows. Okay. Now, I'll take a stop loss. I know. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Give it to me. And now, what do we do if we want to enter this aggressive trade because we milk this one and we milk this one? We target this. That's it. You forget about this. But now the problem is we have news. When we have news, we adjust. But for me, for my taste, that would be the only and only target. This becomes juicy now because they made a new low here. So this is even bigger. So let me put it bigger. Bigger. Here we go. And talk to me. Here we go. And let's look. Now they're building more, right? Oops, wrong color here. Building, right? So we put us here. Rinse and repeat. So now if we wait as a waiting, we just need to see which liquid will be taken. We have this one and then we have this one. There's nothing unless don't look to the left. Now they're coming back, potentially retesting that break and retest. Reaction, cool. Now let's be careful because this is maybe an F boss, right? Because we have our first structural shift here. So this is maybe an F boss, okay? So this is where you move your position to break even, right? That's it, right? Just because of this, I don't like it, okay? Okay, so this would be maybe the more of that SMT here. Yeah. I'm not going to confuse you guys, so let me remove this. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, this was it. And we took a liquidity, and this is what kind of news? Okay, this is FOMC, so it's kind of pretty much taking out everything. So now there's nothing. They even took this point here. Right, even took this point here. I don't know, wait. Then this, right? And we should have a reaction out of it. And look how it continued to push up. Let's just check here. This point here. They take this point here. Well, let's 1 hour. Here we go. And they let equal highs, right? This is important. Equal highs. They reverse and they take the last liquidity of the day. I forgot to remove this one. And everything is done. That's my thought process. A lot of people expect, they just wait until these equal highs are taken and you guys are doing what's right. You put an alert. You don't have to trade until those equal highs are taken, and it's completely okay. But don't be mad because those equal highs hold. Understand that it's all coming out from that higher time frame SMT play, and we're just actually also building an SMT here. Because look at the F boss, they were building an SMT, but the SMT actually worked, right? It's not because they have an SMT that it's just a POI that is unfortunately valid, but you can trade those POIs. I already told you guys multiple times. If somebody would sell from those equal lows, let's say, right? They would sell, enter here or whatever, right? They would make profits. If people are shorting from here, they can make profit. You guys are constantly expecting that every single liquidity built needs to be liquidated in the minute. Look how long these break and retest and these breakout traders are making money. Literally for 4 hours almost. Let these guys do money for an hour. This is an advanced short trade. This is this kind of trade you want to trade, or this, but this is advanced. Don't try to justify every single trade I take. I have way more experience than you guys. This needs to be understood. We're trading with a valid POY, but that becomes an SMT later. But if you would enter this, we say SMT because it's the, let me just repeat it. An SMT is a trap. They're enticing people to enter based on that FBOS. They're entering here. But it doesn't mean that this POY will be liquidated immediately. We have a valid reaction, but we have two things against each other. We have this one and this one. This is why when I take these kind of trades and I see those kind of potential SMT, I just close below. Close at that mitigation. When you have speed and momentum, there's manipulation. Probably they're going to stop price there. We don't know. Same goes for here. You take a short, just fill this or take your partials. Do like me, take your partials and take the maximum here. We cannot know what the market will give us, but we know for a fact that we can justify and understand our strategy and master our psychology and our trade management. Look at here. When price pushed, I thought it was an FBOS, and it's potentially an FBOS. Move yourself to break even. There's one thing that I master is I understand intentions pretty well because I see those candles one by one. Understand the difference between a relevant break of structure and an FBOS. FBOS is manipulated. When there's speed and momentum, they're enticing something. It doesn't matter if it's breakout traders, FBOS, or whatever. When you have clear engulfing candles, there's something happening. Your goal is to identify what it is and understand how to trade with it. And this is why you shouldn't hit your head on the desk because you don't understand those trades. Understand where's the liquidity, right? You guys saw it. Everything was pretty clear. Buy, a little bit of short, buy, big short, buy, big buy, and then mega short. All the same thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really trying to not spoil too much of the content, so I'm kind of slowing my thought process while doing it, because otherwise if I give all the secrets away, we're gonna be bored for the next weeks. So let me do my thing. I'm sorry if it's a little bit a messy video, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and catch you in the next one.